Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Welcome to What's on Tap podcast. I am your host, Stefan.
I'm your host, Martin.
And we are in a new location.
Yes.
Our new HQ, I guess, for podcasting. And
at least your new HQ.
My new HQ, anyway, yeah. So I moved over the summer, and now I'm in a new location. And we thought, hey, it's time to break out the old recording equipment, a.k.a. my phone, and get started on some new podcast. So... what do you think?
It's a really nice place. I say that because I helped paint it.
You did a wonderful job.
So the paint job is exquisite.
It is really nice. I like the color that I picked.
Oh, yeah. It's always the project managers.
Exactly.
No, you put in the work. It's a great place. You live closer to Beer Ditch now.
I live closer to... Malmo Tap Room, Beer Ditch, Rum de Biru, Scanwich, Kroll,
Mikkeller Moriskan.
Yeah, Casual Street Food. I think technically Casual Street Food is the closest location to me now.
Ah.
And then I moved far away from Bishop's Arms, Gustavstorp.
Yeah.
I will never go there again.
You didn't live that close to begin with.
It was closest of all the places before, and now it's almost the furthest. I think after that place, I actually have to go to Lund.
Oh.
According to verified venues in Malmo.
Yeah.
So I will never go there again. It is dead to me.
By powers of geography.
Exactly. By my sheer laziness, I will never go into center of town again.
Yes.
But it's been fun living in a new area. I've really been exploring and didn't realize how many falafel stands there are. They are literally just in every little nook and cranny, back road, hidden, like amongst the people, as it were.
And that's great.
Yeah.
Thank God for falafel stands. Alhamdulillah. It means thank God.
Ah, okay, yes.
Now I'm teaching you.
I've learned so much.
Yeah.
And I found like some other nice restaurants nearby as well. So it's kind of always fun to explore a new neighborhood and discover things. I really feel like Bjorn's been holding out on us on good locations to eat.
Yeah. I said Alhamdulillah to my local falafel man, and he gave me an extra falafel bowl.
Oh, nice.
He was like, so he gave it to me in a little,
little paper, wax paper thing. Yeah.
Nice. Freshly made. That's pretty
always
nice.
A treat. Yeah.
Treat everyone with respect, and you get falafels.
Yeah, there was one place I used to go to, and they'd always make an extra falafel, just give it to you, and waiting, and I'm just like, I love you, man.
Yes.
You're my new best friend.
Speaking of beer,
yes,
that you won't get at the falafel stand, we have two beers that were released at Stigbergets.
We do. One is from the Danish brewery Dry and Bitter, and it's called Double Dippy Doo, and this is a re-release from a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And we both gave it pretty high ratings at the time. I think it was 4 plus, something like that.
I think
4.25 maybe. So I thought, hey, let's revisit that bad boy and see how it holds up to today's palates. Like, have our palates changed a lot, or is it still like, will we still rate it as high, or has it dropped in our opinion? So it's a hazy double IPA coming at 7.5%. They describe it as smooth, velvety, full body, tropical fruit hop flavor. The hops are Citra and Simcoe. Yep, and that's it.
That's pretty good. A good hop profile. I just like Citra.
Yeah, I'm a big Citra fan as well. So
it's quite yellow.
Yeah.
Having it next to, so without spoilers, the next one is also an IPA, which is more orange, and this is more yellow, or even yellow greenish.
Yeah, I would say that the other beer that we have, which I don't know why we just don't say it, because it's actually...
a secret.
It's in the show title, it's in the show notes, and it's in the photo for the episode.
Oh, so. Man.
It's not much of a secret. So it's the Stigbergets Panta Rei, and it comes in at 7%, so it's slightly lower ABV, but the color is, like, this looks almost like just a hazy IPA as opposed to a double IPA.
Sure.
Whereas the Stigbergets looks like full-on hardcore
Exactly.
double IPA Merc Bomb.
And now that you mentioned multiple names, the listeners have no idea what we're going to drink. So to reiterate, we're drinking the dry and bitter double Dippy Doo hazy double IPA.
I like to think that our listeners are smarter and able to follow a cohesive thought.
Oh, don't you know that Björn listens?
That's true. Yeah, smells really good. No, you're right. Let's go ahead. You could follow up on how the flavor profile is working for you, but the smell is very tropical. It got a mango kind of pineapple-y notes to it.
Definitely some citron in the flavor. I mean, whenever we clink the glasses, we always drink directly after. So when Stefan goes for the nose and directly after, he puts me...
threw you off there a little bit.
Yeah,
I get you.
threw me off.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I think the citra is really well integrated. You say pineapple in the nose, which I agree to, but the pineapple isn't as present in the flavor. No,
it's very tropical. I'll definitely give you that. I do get kind of the hints of a little bit of citrus, a little bit of tropical fruits, just really all around kind of what you would expect from a double IPA these days, which works really well for me, I think.
When I get like Danish double IPA, I have to compare them to my house beer, the 2L #dipa.
Of course.
And this is like in the same wheelhouse. Mm-hmm. They're similar to each other.
Yeah, I think this is, if we were going to describe it as a style, Danish double IPA is actually a style. I think a Swedish double IPA, I think every country makes their own version. And then it kind of becomes a, what do you call it, rinse, wash, repeat kind of situation where once one brewery figures it out, everyone kind of copies that house flavor in some ways.
Yeah, but it probably also it
has to do with water and environment and
the resources that you have access to. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if several Danish brewers buy malts and maybe even hops from the same suppliers.
I would definitely think so as well.
So that would also homogenize the flavors somewhat, but it's not a bad thing. Then you have house flavors, and there that's where the breweries start to differ. But dry and bitter and 2L, they are quite similar in their house flavors.
I think that dry and bitter used to be a lot more prevalent here. I think they've kind of maybe downscaled a little bit with their exporting, or at least exporting into Sweden, because I haven't really seen them on the shelf as much as we used to. Even their regular kind of like everyday Systembolaget stuff, I don't remember seeing it as much, but it could also just be having shelf blindness to the things that I see all the time. But I've always liked dry and bitter. I think they are a pretty, I would call them on the better than average list of Danish breweries. And I would say that this actually holds up pretty well. It's not a 4.25 for me, but I think it's a pretty solid 4.
It's a strong 4. Yeah.
I think it definitely. It's really nice to see it as a rebrew, to have it again. It was a real treat to rediscover this one.
It's quite cheap. Mm-hmm. So I am now looking it up because I wanted to compare it to 2L's #dipa.
Yeah.
They cost the same.
Oh wow.
38 Swedish crowns.
That's not bad.
That's pretty cheap, because I was going to say this is better than #dipa, but with this price point, I wouldn't buy it again. But now
you're like, hey, I don't know if it's on the shelf on the regs, but you definitely pick up a couple of cans before it disappears.
Exactly,
for sure.
While we're at the point that we're drinking this, it's definitely still on the shelves.
Yeah.
So I probably should pick up a few cans.
Yeah.
To mix up the #dipa drinking.
So yeah, my house beer currently is Fanta Morgana.
Yeah.
It's so easy to drink. It's almost like I just don't even think about it. It just drinks.
Exactly.
It's so good.
People have asked me, Martin, why do you keep drinking 2L #dipa? And the reason is simple, because the other Swedish IPAs cost more and are not as good.
Yeah.
So I drink those once just to tick them.
Yeah.
The much better, like American IPAs, cost 100 kroner or more, 100 to 200, and yes, then you will go up to 4.5 territory. Sometimes.
Yeah, but those also don't come around Systembolaget very often. And if they do come in...
They're old.
Yes. Like we get Equilibrium, we've been getting some other half.
And Finnback.
Greenwich, Finnback, yeah. But they're old cans. I mean, they're already 3-4 months old.
Or 6.
By the time. So really, okay, yeah, I didn't notice that old. Yeah, so it's really feels like they're just burning off cans they weren't able to sell, and they're kind of exporting them to the international market. So yeah, I agree with you. That's like, and I think what's so nice about the hashtag dipa is you're right. You're getting a what is this? This is a
440 centiliter.
Yeah, 440 centiliter can, and like I really like Stigbergets Double Moss, which is a on the shelf everyday beer, but it is a 33 centiliter can for roughly the same price point, if not maybe 1 or 2 crowns more.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to justify, picking that up when that dipa is so good.
But the double Dippy Doo is really good. Strong 4 or even a weak 4.25. It's between those ratings.
Yeah.
Which makes it a real banger for the cost.
Yeah, so it's good to see that it's held up and it's still living large.
Yeah, I had several. I had tried it 4 times throughout the years, and several times I actually had given it 4.25.
Yeah, I think I've given it a 4.25 the last time. I think I've had it 2 or 3 times before as well. At least 2, maybe 3. All right, so next up is the Stigbergets
Panta Rei 2024.
Yes.
An IPA coming in at 7%. So they don't call it the double IPA.
Oh, okay.
They call it the single IPA, I think. At least, yeah, they do. And it's a collaboration between Stigbergets, Track, Dea, Beak, Left-Handed Giant, and Living Huis Beer Company. The first 4 are from the UK, and Living Huis is from the USA.
Okay, I never heard of them, so I'm not sure, not familiar with them.
And the story is that, we checked that out online, these breweries met at the Panta Rei festival and started talking IPAs, and that led to all 5 breweries contributing one IPA recipe, and then they merged that together into this.
Isn't it 6? It is 6.
Okay, so maybe Stigbergets actually weren't involved at all. Didn't I read 5?
Well, it's 5 collaborative, and then you have to add Stigbergets as well as the 6th one.
Yeah, but yeah. Now I'm reading.
So it's left-handed, Track, Dea, Beak, Living House, and then Stigbergets.
Yeah, so you can ask 5 different breweries to give you an IPA recipe, and they'll give you 5 great but different answers. We tried our best to incorporate the best bits of all these ideas into one beer. So it's not certain that every brewer was present for the brewing.
It's not even sure that all 5 were contributing in the same way. It's just that they were combining things as
maybe
they were just
they just contributed a recipe.
Workshopping a recipe, and they kind of came up with something. All right, so
I can contribute 100% Citra. I'm in the running now.
I know. You were the 6th person. You were the 7th person.
I contribute.
Yeah, it doesn't mention the hops or anything like that.
No, not on the internet either.
Yeah. Okay.
And I tried this very recently, so I am biased by my previous experience.
Well, let's see. Okay, so go on. I don't get much on the nose. It's kind of...
The double Dippy Doo had a much richer aroma of hops and juice.
Yeah, I don't get much of a aroma on this at all, actually.
No, that's actually kind of weird.
Yeah. Why? Do you get a lot?
No.
Okay, good.
It's weird that I don't get any on this.
This is certainly a drinkable, I want to say flat. Not flat in the carbonation, but flat in the monotone flavor profile of this beer. Like it really is just beer.
This can isn't as good as the one I had less than a week ago.
Ah, okay.
So it's not an age thing.
No.
They're very different. Because that one did smell, and since I get aroma from double Dippy Doo, it's not my nose.
No. I mean, if I'm smelling the can, and the can smells of beer. It doesn't smell like little bit of hops, but indistinguishable kind of smell.
Yeah.
And there's not really much. You get the kind of the creaminess from the oats, and you get the slight, I guess I was almost called like a little vanilla kind of flavor to it, but it doesn't really have any hop profile to speak of.
It's quite muted.
That's what I'm saying. It's flat. It's very flat tasting. It's very, not even like tired hops, just the complete lack of presence of hops at all.
This is a weird disappointment because when I had it less than a week ago, I gave it a 4.25, and I wrote, "Wow, this was unexpected. Like I didn't expect it to be that good." Maybe I went into it last time with no expectations, and now I will go into it with high expectations. Maybe
I had no expectations, and I still don't think. I still think something's off. You know, like it's the beer itself is perfectly fine. It's an okay made IPA, hazy IPA. The problem is there's no flavor at all.
No.
It just, it's the flavor that is there. It's really hard to describe. It's like I said, like a little creamy vanilla maybe, but not really that either, and nothing else. It's kind of a disappointment, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very drinkable. I would drink the whole can easily because I don't dislike it, but I wouldn't reach for another can.
No,
maybe
this one is a rating lower than 4, like a 3.75.
I'm gonna go 3.5.
Yeah, maybe it's even that low. It's so weird.
Yeah, like it's very drinkable. I could easily drink a can of this, maybe even 2 cans. Wouldn't feel bad about it, but it's just not a interesting beer or something that I would like buy on the regular.
No.
I wouldn't be disappointed if someone offered it to me, but I won't go out of my way to try it again. And so this is a 2024, Panta Rei 2024. Maybe that implies there'll be a Panta Rei 2025.
But there was a
previous Panta Rei. Okay.
I had the previous one. Stigbergets.
All right. So it's good. Do you think there'll be another one next year as well? I guess since they're...
Maybe. I had the previous one 2018.
Oh, okay. So that's a long time ago. And was it also a collaboration with a bunch of breweries?
No, it doesn't say.
Okay.
No. But it's the same. The little logo that's on this can is the same as the big logo was.
It's probably the festival logo that they use every year, I guess.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. So this is an easy 3.5. I wish I could give it higher, but honestly, it can't get there for me.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No. Buy some double Dippy Doo.
Yeah. If you can find it, definitely pick up the double Dippy Doo. I think you're gonna like that. Double Dippy. Yeah. All right. So
you say Dippy.
I do. I had a T in there. I don't know why. But it's Dippy Doo.
Damn American.
I know. So you can find us online at what'sontappodcast.com, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube. Feel free to subscribe to all of those things. We mostly just post the same thing on all those channels anyway. So,
but you should subscribe to all.
Exactly. We could use more subscribers there.
Boost it.
So until next time,
keep drinking it, dum dums.